But it's important to be crystal clear with our audience here. We're asking you about this controversial scheme to send migrants arriving on UK shores to Rwanda. We're not asking you about what happened with the returns deal with Albania. Do you deny completely that you ever had any doubts about the efficacy or the value for money of sending migrants to Rwanda?
Right, so let's separate these things. I absolutely believe in the value and importance of having deterrence. And Albania and Rwanda are linked because they're both returns agreements that allow you to create deterrence. Now, in terms of the scheme, I was Chancellor at the time. My job is to make sure that we get value for money for taxpayers to ask questions whenever anybody wants to spend taxpayers' money. I would expect the same thing of the Chancellor now. So, of course, I would rigorously scrutinise any proposal that crossed my desk. But ultimately, I agreed with the Prime Minister and we funded the proposal. So the proof is in my actions.
You admit then that you had hesitation about whether or not the scheme was value for money. You've told people when you moved into number 10 you wanted the highest standards of accountability and integrity. So what we're asking about is being accountable for how you came to that decision. Did you then have hesitations about whether it would be value for money?
I think you're really, expanding this beyond what it is. As Chancellor, my job is to scrutinise and ask tough questions of every single proposal that crosses my desk. That's my job, as when I was Chancellor. It's the Chancellor's job now, because ultimately this is all taxpayers' money. And just because someone's asking tough questions doesn't mean that they don't believe in the proposal. And what they should do, though, is make sure that it is gone through a process of rigorous scrutiny. And I went through that process and ended up being satisfied that it would deliver, which is why I agreed with the Prime Minister to fund the proposal. And then when I became Prime Minister, we've obviously put new legislation before Parliament and we've got the Albania scheme up and running, which is a similar version of deterrence.